That's there because that's very a very like welcoming kind of sense that like as soon as you walk into the building, you see a teacher there, a theology teacher specifically, and you walk in and you feel like welcomed.
Excellence isn't this thing that has to be put on a pedestal or that's so unachievable. It's like, nah, excellence can just be being a good friend or being a good, brother to, the guys you go to school.
I guess being surrounded by the guys at St. Ed's, we're kind of constantly driving each other to be excellent. Kind of that constant drive and push from your brothers allows you to it allows us to succeed higher than other schools kind of because we have that brotherhood and that drive.
I define excellence in the context of St. Ed's as not just like one particular thing. Like many people think we're a powerhouse school, but excellence is within sports, it's within the academic field, it's within your clubs, it's within everything. It's just being not excellent in one particular way, but in all ways of just being a man, being an excellent man to your family, to your friends, and I just feel like it's a well-rounded term.
I feel like when you surround yourself with certain people, you see what they're doing, and it inspires you to do those things yourself.
Like everyone here is trying to be like the best they can be, whether that's like in academics or clubs or sports like that. Like the teachers and all the students are just striving to be their best and be excellent in their own way.
Just watching people like sharing each other's humanity and just be there like for each other consistently every day. People talking to each other in the halls. I see like joking, I see crying, I see all those sorts of things in between in the hallways every day, and I think that's just like those 5-minute periods in between classes can say so much about like a school.
Even just the 5 minutes you see each other in the hallway, those relationships are the ones I'm gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? The ones that like I may not get to spend all my time with you, but when I'm spending my time with you, I'm happy for it. So
everybody comes to value the brotherhood more as their time goes on here. And you really always see that shine with the seniors because that's when it finally sets in the most.
I feel like the relationships I've built have formed brothers that I'll have for the rest of my life. And I think my brothers here really push me and challenge me to do things that I'm not as comfortable with, which helps me grow as an individual.
And any time that I've been struggling through a class, it's, I've just gone ask the teacher a couple questions and, they drop anything to help you. All the teachers aren't going to push you off.
I'm not sure if I could choose one. All the teachers are great. But if I had to choose one, I guess Mr. Barrett, because he's cool.
But like the relationships that have surprised me the most are with, I'd say for sure teachers, because like I never thought I'd have like a good relationship with a teacher in terms of like student-teacher rapport, and coming in like a personal relationship where like you're learning from them and they're learning from you.
They are people that I look up to and who have positively impacted my life because of what they've told me of how they've acted or how I've interacted with them throughout my 4 years here at St. Ed's.
In the beginning, like freshman year, I was like all alone. I had like maybe 1 or 2 friends that came from my original school to St. Ed's, and honestly I was kind of lost. I felt like I had no place. And definitely the brotherhood, like especially the friends that I met during all my classes that I've had here and all the people that I've met through the St. Ed's experience has definitely helped me like almost like awaken a second like life in me.
Don't be afraid to be yourself because people like you.
I would say that it's changed more so from doing something for someone to doing something with someone. So like one of my big things that I was into, especially like sophomore year, was Labra and the Labra ministry. Just kind of realizing that you're not there just to give them food, leave, give food, leave. It was more so having a meal and having a relationship with those people, interacting with them.
My junior and senior year, I went to West Virginia, and that trip is run by Mr. Allen. We take a group of guys down and we work with Habitat for Humanity to either build or rebuild a home for somebody who either otherwise doesn't have one. After you're done with that service experience, knowing that what you have done has given someone else hope for their future, it's incredible.
Yeah, so I did some service at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, and there was this guy who was probably about 80 years old, and he was there with his granddaughter, and he said he does service every single week. You know what I mean? And I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, if he's 80 years old, you know, he's doing service every single week, like, there's no excuse for me to not, you know what I mean, just not help or do any type of service at all.
Service at St. Ed's is pretty life-changing for me. Like, the only service I've really done has been Labra, and I'm telling you, like, the first time I did Labra, it really kind of opened my eyes up more to the reality of, like, our world, like what Cleveland really is, and, you know, that people are all around us and they're suffering and they might not be seen.
But then being able to do Labra gave me this open-mindedness to see that we are all alike. We have so many similarities, and being able to do service like that, it's made me more empathetic to everybody, to realize that we are all children of God. We are all just human beings, and we all need to be open arms with each other.
Favorite Mr. Allen moment?
For me, all of them. They're all the best. I love them so much. Probably every Wednesday when I ask them to go to Dave & Buster's, that's probably my favorite. Every week I look forward to it.
Which teacher would survive the longest if there was a zombie infection at the school?
Ooh, I think I have to go Coach Pappas. I think he's got, you know, an entire briefcase full of, you know, just rules if something like that goes down. He's got a bunker under his house. I think he's probably got one of those. But
Coach Pappas, you know, he's gonna find our way to Atlantis, and we'll be safe there.
I would have to say Mr. Pappas. His conspiracy theories, some might be true, but I feel like he knows a lot about the zombie apocalypse.
I'd probably say Mr. Tubbs. No one's getting inside his room. He'll bop you.
Coach Sullivan. Coach Sullivan for government.
I'm gonna say Mr. Corrigan. Mr. Corrigan is a pretty smart, crazy guy, you know.
Come on, you know who I'm gonna say. Mr. Allen. Because he's the best. Like, that's kind of it. Like, I know he would know everything. He would be like my little guardian angel. That's what I know.
Oh, if aliens invade from the sky, I'm going to introduce myself. Like, straight up.
Diplomatic.
I feel like the only way for me to survive is giving them a handshake, saying, I'm here for you.
If you went to a deserted island and could bring one food item from the commons and one teacher, what teacher would you bring and what food item would you bring?
What teacher would I bring and what food item? I would probably definitely say the chicken nuggets. You know, you got to get your protein in. I would probably say Coach Augie. You know, we could survive. We could cut down some trees. You know, we could, I think we could make a little raft, maybe get back to safety.
Dude, that's not even a question.
Mr. Mertens and Stromboli! Yes!
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
I don't know. I think I'd take a perfect memory. You know what I'm saying? I could remember everything that I did here, so I can always look back and remember the good times and learn from the bad times. So I'd take a perfect memory, definitely.
See you, St. Ed's. That was so funny.
Yes, sir. Easy, we did
Whoever taught these guys how to shake hands did an excellent job. I've never gotten so many consecutive hand-breaking handshakes in my life. First of all, to you guys, I love you. I don't have the right words to tell you how thankful I am to have had the opportunity to work for you. Parents and guardians, relatives, friends, thank you for being here tonight. Really briefly, guys, I hope that at some point in your lives, this didn't happen until my college graduation, but I sat down with my parents and I thanked them for putting up with everything that I put them through to get me to where I was that day, and I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about. So thank you all for sharing your sons with us. They have made St. Edward a better place than we were before they got there. I would now like to invite everyone to stand for the playing of our national anthem. Now I'd like to invite Adam Kabara to the stage for our invocation.
Good afternoon, friends and family and fellow classmates. First off, I would like to say thank you to our friends and families who came out today and supported us, to our teachers and staff who taught and mentored us, and to Mr. Sepnowski for giving us our diplomas. I'm so excited to be here today, and I'm sure my classmates are too. But before we can graduate, I think it's important that we reflect upon our 4 years. As I was writing this speech and reflecting on the uniqueness of our class, one thing came to mind: COVID. You see, we are the only class to not have an 8th grade graduation. Huge bummer, right? But really, COVID meant that we were one of the first classes in a while to not have a real night at the nest experience. Because we couldn't sleep at school. And really, night at the nest was an important experience. Although we couldn't hear each other snoring in the night, we still were able to connect with one another and somehow build friendships in just a couple of hours. Those friendships translated into our first day of school, where we walked the halls and studied in classes with one another. And I remember during our first week of school when Mr. McKenna presented us with the school theme for the year, Side by Side. And I remember, to us as freshmen, we were just excited to have cool new shirts with the theme spelled out on the back, and we didn't really consider the theme much. But as I look back, I'm realizing that although we had new themes every year, I feel as though the theme of Side by Side was one that truly embodied our class. Even from the start, when we had to wear masks and we stood 6 feet apart in mass, we still were side by side. It wasn't about the physical nature, but rather about the brotherhood that we built over the years with one another. You see, it's a stereotype in high school where there's the popular kids, the nerdy kids, and so on, but at Ed's, our class had one student body, one group, and it was the class of 2024. All of these students that you see here today has some sort of friendly relationship with one another and truly cares for the other. Whether that be by the help he has offered in class or the advice he has given him in sports or just the care that he has shown. This theme, Side by Side, wasn't only a t-shirt slogan, but it was something that we unknowingly carried in our hearts for all 4 years at Ed's. And now we are here today, graduating. But the question is it the end of this spectacular theme? The answer? Yeah, maybe. It might be if we don't care to carry this theme on. You see, this isn't only at Ed's. We are called to carry this theme throughout our whole lives. It's truly a heavy weight that we have to carry. We need to think about everyone, those that are suffering overseas in Palestine, Ukraine, and many other countries, those that have no food, those that are struggling mentally, physically, whatever it may be. We need to carry this beloved culture that we have and spread it to the world. Because just like Mr. Stepp always says, we are the ones who can change the world. We are the ones who can bring light to the darkened atmosphere. And of course, we cannot forget about our friends and families, those who struggle to provide for us and who were there through thick and thin. We need to stand by them and thank them. So as we go out into the world, it is important we remember to be with them and of them and side by side. We ask this from our Lord. Oh God, allow us to treat our neighbors well, just as you commanded us. Allow us to enter the world with a bright spark and leave it with a never-ending light. Allow us to be side by side and with them and of them. Oh God, guide us as we enter the world. Thank you.
I would now like to welcome the first of our two commencement speakers, Joseph Scarpetti, our Man of the Year from 2024, for his remarks.
Good evening. My name is Joey Scarpetti, and I am blessed, appreciative, and humbled to speak on behalf of the 2024 St. Edward class here tonight. When I was a kid, I was around St. Ed's almost 24/7. I met so many inspiring young men that I one day wanted to emulate when I was older. Today, I am so excited to share a lesson that one of those young men taught me as I have grown up. Gabe Beaver, St. Edward class of 2020, a current entrepreneur and influencer, was and still is a dear friend of my older sister, Sarah. For probably the last 6 years, I have followed Gabe on Instagram. Gabe was the definition of an Edsman that I one day wanted to be like. Today, he is an entrepreneur, podcaster, a continual role model for me, and so much more. Brainstorming on what I was going to talk about here tonight, I stumbled upon Gabe's Instagram account and felt one quote he said greatly applies to the St. Edward class of 2024. On April 26, 2022, Gabe posted a video about success. He said, "Our society needs to redefine success. Success isn't about the stats, the car you drive, the house you live in. Success is about pursuing something you and only you desire and doing that in your true, authentic way." I saw this quote and immediately thought of our class. The 2024 St. Edward class redefined success. To the public eye, St. Ed's is considered highly successful. But to be honest, sometimes it feels like St. Ed's is successful because of these quote-unquote stats. When conducting a draft of this speech, I asked people who do not go to Ed's, people like family friends, peers, and even some buddies I have at that school by Wendy's, one simple question. What makes St. Ed's successful? Of the roughly 25 people I asked, there were 5 common answers. 1, oh, well, you guys have won 3 state championships in a row in football, right? 2, Coach Flannery's like a great coach. Basketball always seems to be pretty good. 3, you guys literally win states in wrestling every single year. 4, well, I heard the IB program's really good. And 5, I have no idea why St. Ed's is successful, but that senior prank this year was absolutely wicked, I heard. Nobody said the 5th one, but let me tell you guys in attendance, you really should have been there. All of these things about St. Ed's are true. And let me tell you, I used a 3-peat in football, and states year after year in wrestling would bust in the chops of kids at Ignatius almost every single day. But these quote-unquote stats are not why St. Ed's and the people at St. Ed's are successful. We, as a class, know why we have been successful. Specifically, for us, the state championships, mock trial championships, the 35s and 36s on ACTs, the test scores, and so many more things are not the reason we have been successful. We have been successful because of our kinship, brotherhood, shared humanity, friendship, joy, grit, faith, excellence, and servant leadership. As I look into this group of young men, the St. Edward senior class of 2024 consists of 208 boys from 41 different cities and 82 different grade schools. We have done roughly 7,000 hours of service in the Cleveland community just in the past 2 years alone. We have traveled to 9 different countries and over 15 different states through different programs at St. Ed's. We have performed in musicals, band concerts, school events like Science Olympiad, Mock Trial, Model United Nations together. We have won hundreds of games together, won state championships together. We have gone on retreats together, studied together, deepened our prayer life together, made new friends together, said some sad goodbyes to beloved members of our community, but responded in faith, hope, and love together. Cheered together, danced together, laughed together, survived a COVID freshman year together, and lastly and most importantly, conducted an absolutely wicked senior prank together. Through all of these, there has been one common denominator: together. Together we redefine success, together we do redefine success, and together we will redefine success. Those reasons, along with hundreds of thousands of more, is why we have been successful throughout the past 4 years. Through togetherness, each of us here have found something at St. Ed's that we desire. And because of that desire, we have pursued them in our most true, authentic self. From the field, to the court, to the classroom, to the stage, to the community, to different states and different countries. Everyone here has found something they are passionate about and created success from that passion authentically. This is why we love St. Ed's. St. Ed's fosters authenticity through togetherness. Through friendships, the ability to turn ordinary moments into the extraordinary, faith, excellence, relationships, and servant leadership, St. Edward continually redefines success. Next, to the faculty, staff, and families in attendance, and families not here as well. Thank you for showing up for us throughout the past 4 years. You are the reason we have been successful, and you are the reason we are the young men that we are. For me personally, you have shown me how to live with empathy, kindness, and compassion. You have helped me find my why, my reason, and my duty as a child of God. To all of us, you are not only our teachers, parents, and family, you are also our role models, mentors, spiritual guides, and life guides. St. Ed's is not St. Ed's without you. Senora Hardin, wherever you are, I promised you I would shout you out if I won Man of the Year, so you're the best. Our high school experience has been like a journey up a mountain, and now, at this point, we are at the peak. We can look back down the mountain and see all of the moments that filled our lives with joy. Our greatest feats, our greatest friendships, our greatest relationships, and look back at some of the best 4 years of our lives. Let's be present in this moment, right here, right now, be where our feet are, and appreciate the 4-year journey we embarked on and just completed. But I encourage you all to do one thing. We did not complete this journey alone. I would encourage all of you to pick one person who helped you on your journey, whether it be a parent, teacher, coach, friend, custodian, peer, or role model, and reach out to them. Say thank you for helping you reach this peak in life. Finally, as we turn to the next chapters of our lives and immerse ourselves into new surroundings and new places with new people, escape our comfort zones and expand our horizons, I want to remind you all of two things. One, we will redefine success. As I look into the group of young men tonight, I see future entrepreneurs, coaches, politicians, dentists, doctors, social workers, athletes, CEOs, teachers, but most importantly, I see a group of young men that all have the power to change this world in their true, authentic way. And two, the beginning of all of our next chapters comes with a lot of unknown, and we should embrace, welcome, and appreciate these unknowns. I want to leave you all tonight with one last analogy. You do not have to have life figured out tonight. This next chapter and all of its unknowns is like a car driving at night. You never see further than your headlights, but you can make the whole trip that way. Trust that as we move forward, the path will become clearer. I encourage all of us to focus on the present moment and take this amazing gift of life one step at a time, using the lessons we learned from St. Ed's as a starting point. Thank you, St. Ed's. Thank you to our families. Thank you to our friends. Thank you to our teachers and coaches. Thank you, God. Thank you to the city of Lakewood for not getting us in trouble amidst absolute chaos on the morning of May 6th from roughly 5:30 to 8:30 as we pulled off the senior prank. And thank you to everyone who continually helps write our stories. Let's change the world. Go Eagles. Thank you.
The senior prank was a little less funny when me and Mr. Wallenhorst and Mr. Tolley were corralling our boys. I'd now like to welcome from the class of 2000 our president, Casey McKenna.
Good evening, thank you. How about one more round of applause for Joey? Great job. If it's okay, I'm actually going to turn the podium to speak to the class. It's not an offense to all of you, but I'd like to look at the class of 24 as I offer this address. Gentlemen, first, congratulations, and I'd like to begin by saying thank you. When you entered St. Ed's on September 16th, 2020, you were coming from an uncertain world to an uncertain place. Many of your traditional 8th grade graduation festivities had been highly modified or lost altogether. Many of the activities we plan at St. Ed's to make our incoming freshmen feel connected to their classmates in school were canceled. You didn't have access to the types of social events where you as freshmen typically find connectivity. Games, mixers, rallies were all so different for you. Your faces were hidden behind masks for the entirety of that first year. So much has been said about what the class of 2020 lost because of the pandemic, and rightfully so, but you all experienced equal loss coming in just as they did going out. It couldn't have been easy, but you persevered and rose to the challenge. Perseverance will always be a quality that defines the St. Ed's class of 2024. I also want to thank the parents and families. You had faith in us as a school. You entrusted your children to us during that uncertain time. St. Ed's is a better place because your family has been part of this tradition that we hold so dear. So thank you. Earlier this week, as I was preparing to deliver this address, I went into my files to dust off last year's speech to the class of 2023. It would have fit easily. Most of it was sage advice from the talented faculty that has educated you for the past 4 years. As I was rereading it and making some edits to prepare for delivery tonight, one of the final quotes I came across was from our dear friend, teacher, and mentor, Mr. Daniel Cavali. Here's what he wrote. As long as you're trying your hardest, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You'll need them. Provided they are honest and you're not making them on purpose, these will be your best teachers. They can pave your way to success. In fact, without them, you cannot succeed. But be sure you are learning from them, something we can do only by taking the time to correct them painstakingly over and over again. Then, through eyes filled with faith, hope, and longing, see where they will lead you. And when you have arrived, take time to look back. What first seemed like curses may prove, in retrospect, to have been blessings in disguise. the very steps it took to get you where you needed to go. If you know Mr. Cavally well, which I know many of you do, you know that he put painstaking, to use his words, thought into crafting that quote and making sure the sentiment was just right. My guess is he pored over it for hours. I went back and looked at his original email, which he had sent at 10:41 p.m. His light was always on because he was always thinking, always working. I took a pause when it came to that quote in last year's speech. As a community, we've taken a lot of time since Mr. Cavally's passing in May to reflect upon the lessons learned from a saintly life he led. As I considered the most important lessons I learned from him, both as a student and as a colleague, I realized that they're a universal guide to a life well lived. I've distilled them down to 5, knowing that a bonus piece of advice is no one ever thinks a speech is too short. So number 1, be curious. Mr. Cavally was genuinely curious about so many things. If you mentioned a food or restaurant he'd never tried, a book he'd never read, a movie he'd never seen, a song he'd never heard, he would dive deeply in to understand more. And he wasn't doing it to learn more about the thing you were mentioning. He was doing it to learn more about you. His curiosity was a masterclass of genuine relationship building. He was connected to so many people because he was curious about who they were. That same curiosity will take you further than anything we may have taught you in the past 4 years. Keep learning, be curious. Number 2, live passionately. Many of us knew Mr. Cavally as a brilliant linguist. He was fluent in many languages and an expert in many cultures. If he was sitting among you as a student today, he'd be delivering an address, as he was the valedictorian of both his high school and college. He was a talented artist, an accomplished violinist, a world traveler, and an avid outdoorsman. He was also a deeply faithful Catholic. If he was going to do it, he was going all in. Remember, anything worth doing is worth doing well. Embrace our pillar of excellence in the same way that Mr. Cavally did. Live passionately. Number 3, give generously. When Mr. Cavally was at the Normandy Care Facility and seeing dozens of visitors daily, one of his neighbors from Rocky River stopped in to see him. During that visit, he shared a story of how generous Mr. Cavally was. Every Christmas Eve, he would leave a bottle of champagne and a box of chocolates on the doorstep of every neighbor who lived in his condominium complex. He never expected anything in return. More and more stories poured in about the extent of his generosity. He was always doing something for his students, his colleagues, his family, and friends. He was always giving. In a world where it's easy to expect so much, you'll find a lot more satisfaction in giving than you will in receiving. Be the neighbor who surprises everyone on Christmas Eve, or the colleague who celebrates everyone's birthday. Give generously. Number 4, thank profusely. And you've heard it tonight. Make sure you thank your parents and your families. When you give generously, that generosity tends to return to you tenfold. And when it does, do as Mr. Cavally would and go out of your way to say thank you. One of the last conversations I had with Mr. Cavally at St. Ed's was in early January this year. We were both at school late, getting things ready to return from break, and ran into each other in the faculty lounge. We got to talking about our favorite moments from the Christmas holiday, and he told me that one of his favorite moments was receiving a card I had written him. He was so grateful and went out of his way to let me know how much he appreciated. Honestly, the card was an afterthought to me, but he genuinely made it seem like it was a highlight for him. There's no way it could have been. But when you show gratitude in the ways he did, you can make everyone feel like they're the most important person in the world. It's not easy and it takes practice, but it's life-changing and life-giving. Thank profusely. Number 5, take the time. One thing you'll always wish you had more of is time. And unlike some of the things we crave, it's the one thing we can't manufacture. But if it's really important, don't be frugal. Take the time. In April, I was speaking to an alumnus about Mr. Cavally, and this particular alumnus happened to be a very talented hockey player, and when he was a freshman at St. Ed's, he represented Team USA in a tournament in Russia. While he was there, he received a letter, and when he opened the letter, he was surprised to learn that it was from Mr. Cavally, handwritten in Russian. Seriously. He wasn't able to read it. He didn't read Russian or speak Russian. So he had to wait until he returned to ask Mr. Cavally to read it for him. And Mr. Cavally was just writing to tell him how proud he was. That alumnus has been incredibly successful professionally, but one of his fondest memories is that someone took the time to recognize him in such a meaningful way. I am certain that you are all already feeling the stress of prioritizing your lives, especially as you go off to college, but never forget what's important. And if it's important, you will never regret taking the time. As I conclude, I want to speak on behalf of our entire faculty and staff about two things that we know to be true about the St. Ed's class of 2024. One, you've left St. Ed's a better place than it was when you came to it. And two, you will leave the world a better place as you go to it. It seems cliche and like the stuff of every graduation speech being read all over the world this spring, but I say it to you genuinely. You have changed St. Ed's and you will change the world. Follow those 5 lessons from Mr. Cavally. Be curious, live passionately, give generously, thank profusely, take the time. If you do, you'll look back years from now and be proud of a life well lived, the life of a saint. We know that potential exists in each of you and are grateful that St. Edward High School has gotten to play some small part in unleashing it. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Got to stand on my tippy toes after Casey goes. It is now my privilege to certify that the St. Edward High School class of 2024 has met the graduation requirements for the state of Ohio. More importantly, that they have met the requirements of St. Edward High School. You are Edsman for life. Congratulations.
Edward Michael Andrews. Patrick William Androsik. Deontay Nico Armstrong. Devonte Angelo Armstrong. Mahdi Assad. Christopher K.M. Atia. Tito Baez Aquino. Joey D. Baker. Michael Baylog. Braden Lewis Barker. Braden Luke Barker. Christopher Battistelli. Logan Joseph Bombick. Daniel Beck. Thomas J. Bell. Ryan Bennett. Jalen A. Blankenship. Lucas Bober. Joseph Michael Bobenchek. Max Bachmiller. Cameron Boone. Caden Bostwick. Antonio Bolden. Carson Michael Bowman. Baird Paul Bracken. Christian Michael Breckay. Cooper Wayne Braun. Chase Patterson Brown. Cade Thomas Brown. Aiden Bruder. Casey Bullock. Connor A. Berg. Robert Burns. Ricky Bussey II. Nicholas Jacob Callahan. Francisco Carney. Daniel Serto. Benjamin Stephen Chillick. Joseph A. Chicha III. Wade Cole Jr. Isaac James Condrich. John Conway V. Anthony Costanzo. Idris Kozart. James Cristino. Christopher Cuccia. Sean Dabadine. Matthew Edward Doherty. Joshua Davidson. Vincent Davis. Colin William Detto. Adam Helton Dempsey. Cade Driscoll. Joseph Albana. Andrew L. Turk. Adam Issa. Brendan D. Fian. Luke Farron. Michael Jared Fink. Dominic Florio Jr. Renell Gall. Joel Garcia. Edward F. Garreau. Patrick Benjamin Garvey. Lucas Giltonen. Alexander Glista. Peter Glovna IV. Javion Golston. Gavin Joseph Goodall. William Graham. Brendan Edward Green. Owen Grieger. Joshua Grottle. John William Haig. James Richard Hyduck, Jr. Liam Harry. Julian Christopher Hauk. Joshua Hayden. Timothy Caleb Heckel. Wendell Henry. Calvin A. Henthorn. Jacob Hers. Savion A. Holman. Bobby E. Hopkins III. Jameer Eric Hopkins. Robert Joseph Ike. Jonathan James. Isaac Jameson. Desmond Johnson II. Nathan Charles Johnson. Spencer Johnson. Adam Kabara. Brendan Kelly Kearns. Justin Thomas Kenny. Alexander Kiernozik. Minjun Kim. Santana Kincaid. Logan R. Kleiber. Sean Aramis Kimura. Lucas Kuchera. Angelo Kulach. Anthony Kulach. Ryan Kolka. Kenneth Kuznicki. Noah Michael Lang. Drayshawn Lanier. Jeffrey P. Lapsevich. Thomas Michael Lopez. Zachary A. Lynch. Drew Maley. Zubair Mahmood. Ryan Malou. Ryan Joseph Mares. Christopher Michael Marquard. Thomas J. Marshall. Nathan David Mazgraz. Kyan Jermaine Mason. Jonathan McCann. Maximus McClellan. Aiden Patrick McGowan. Connor David McGurk. Gavin McLaughlin. Miles Edward McLaughlin. Rasheed McLaurin Jr. Podrig Seamus McMahon. Andrew Branson McMacken. Blake Patrick McNamara. John Mendoza. Cooper Jackson Meneghetti. Nolan Meyer. Isa Mohammed. Timothy Mohar. Max Movius. Abdelrouf Murrah. Jack Myslinski. George Nader. Cameron Robert Nails. Isaac Nearis. Benjamin Wynn. Ghislaine Ukizi Nishungu. Lucan John O'Brien. Scott O'Neill Jr. Rocco Paletta. Aiden K. Parker. Sid Nikunj Patel. Tristan Powinski. James Vincent Polkinghorn. Kyle Robert Quinn. Brian Kenneth Ramsey. Joseph Roddy Reardon. John Patrick Ryan Redrup. Brandon Michael Reed. Troy Regovich. Finian Riddenauer. Jacob Matthew Robinson. Benjamin Roebuck. Neil Mason Rogers. Nicholas Ross. Roberto Tomas Ruiz Flint. Joseph Ryan. Owen Scott Sanderson. John E. Satanic III. Mason Michael Savino. Joseph Anthony Scarpitti. Anthony Schusler, Jr. Sean Thomas Church. Aiden Thomas Seta. Taven Shaw. Luke Stephen Shearer. Owen Michael Schultz. Henry Fitch Slaby. Johnny Slaper. Andrew J. Smith. Nicholas Snow. Joseph James Soltis, Jr. Jack Michael Stanovic. Sean Sterling. Cole Anderson Stevens. Xavier Stiles. Brian Sullivan, Jr. Sean Thomas Taylor. Alexander Temple. Joshua Michael Thomas. Logan Thomas. Joseph Tipka. Daniel Tome III. Lucas Joseph Tresca. Nathan Turco. Tyler Allen Valentino. Gabriel Michael Valore. Max Victor. Dylan Vidmar. John Anthony Villegas. George Vlasic IV. Omar Wadden. Johnny Waters. Vincent A. Waters. Raymond Matthew Weber. Ethan Whitesell. Peter J. Michael Willie. Jaden Lawrence Williams. Victor James Willock. Joseph Ladarchek. Aiden Young. Austin Zaremba. Logan Zaremba. Nicholas Christopher Zarlinga. Okay. The tassel movement is a defining moment that signifies the transition from a student's journey to an accomplished graduate. It is a visual cue that resonates with everyone present, marking the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. So, brothers in the class of 2024, please now move your tassels to the left to symbolize that you are graduates of St. Edward High School. The St. Edward High School class of 2024.
I would now like to welcome Joey Scarpetti back to the podium to lead us in the singing of our alma mater.
Oh no. Wait, when do I start? Wait.
Hail
Thank you.